For some, making wine is a lifelong calling. For others, it's a second or even third career. For still others, it's a career in the making. But for all, it's a passion that overcame them, one they feel compelled to follow. This week on Winemakers Uncorked, we go to Sonoma Valley, California, the home of many famous wines. My brother George and I are thrilled to be here for the barrel tasting event, one sponsored by the Wine Road organization. George and I are going to 7 different wineries to sample the wines out of the barrel and talk to the people who made them. The Sonoma Valley has the advantage of being near the Pacific Ocean, so that every morning the fog rolls in from the coast and gives those grapes a nice slow cooling before it gets warmer in the day to make them ripe. So then we visited Bill and Betsy Nachbauer, who have a beautiful vineyard going up the side of a hill. Very picturesque.
When someone comes to visit ACORN, what they can expect is the opportunity to taste delicious field blend wines poured for them by the people who grew the grapes and made the wine. It's a chance to sit with the owners, understand field blending, and share the alegria, the happiness and joy of the grapes we grow and the wines we make. Wine Road barrel tasting is an opportunity for wine drinkers to come and taste the wine before it's bottled. It's fun, it's interesting, it's engaging.
Here, every wine is made from grapes we grow. Right here in our Alegria vineyards. Every wine we make is a field blend. That means with every wine we pick multiple varieties, co-ferment them, and it makes the wine more complex and interesting. Our Zinfandel, for example, has Petit Syrah and Alicante Bouschet and 15 other grapes all blended together. We have varieties nobody else has. I'm just insatiably curious. I hear about a vine that we don't have and I try to find a place to put it.
Jim, this is the ACORN Winery.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just nuts about this one.
Thank you for coming to ACORN Winery and Alegria Vineyards. We chose the Alegria name because it means happiness and joy in Spanish. The property was a Mexican land grant, and the grapes are what we're all about.
Every wine we make is made from grapes we grow right here. Every wine is a field blend, so we grow more grapes than most other wineries, and we co-ferment multiple varieties in every wine.
You know, the United States is called the melting pot of the world, but apparently you have done that with grapes. You've blended them together.
We have. It's basically the United Nations of grapes. We have French grapes, Portuguese grapes, Spanish grapes.
And they all get along.
They do. It's a peaceable kingdom.
And the United Nations of grapes are reflected in our medley wine, which is a blend of 63 grapes we grow.
We had a blast at the barrel tasting and then stepped outside just in front of the vineyards to have a toast. Like many vineyards, they have mustard planted in between the rows of grapes because it adds nitrogen to the soil. Bill and Betsy have some vines that were planted in 1890.
This dates back to 1890. Not all the vines are that old because we've lost a few and replaced them. But
now these still produce?
They still produce, yeah. Every bud we leave here is going to produce a cane with 2 clusters of grapes. So I wanted to show you this map of the vineyard. You're right here in the middle of the vineyard. That puts you in the middle of 26 acres of grapes. When we got here, this part of the vineyard here was already 100 years old. I planted everything from there over. So this is a wine we call ACORN Hill. We're sitting right here on the hill. It's a co-fermented field blend of Sangiovese and Syrah.
Well, after tasting this, I can tell you, I got my thrill on ACORN Hill.
Very good. I'll drink to that.
Thank you.
I can't stand his jokes, but I'll drink to it anyway.
Alegria.
So we finally said goodbye to Bill and Betsy Nachbauer and ACORN Winery and Alegria Vineyards and headed on down Wine Road.